What up YouTube, Topaz Ace back for another album review, and this one is to that ASAP Mob, The Cozy Taste Volume 2, and I'm giving this one the red light because honestly this was just a bad project all the way around, and I'm not here to say that it's bad because of the direction that they went, because in the grand scheme of the concept that they had here, it makes a lot of sense with the type of music that they did, because when you look at the skits that they got here with that intro with some kids on the bus that's really just going in on each other, and then you got the skits with Danny McBride playing like the principal, giving the morning announcements and all of that, man. Ultimately, they're making music for the high school students, man. So this is kind of the direction that you have to go when doing that. Like, if you're going to do music for them, then you got to do what music is popular to them. And that's why I'm not surprised to see a Lil Uzi Vert, a Lil Yachty, whole bunch of other individuals, Playboy Carti and such, to make this individual project here. But yet, my issue is on a whole lot of different levels, man. One, there's a large skill gap between every member within ASAP Mob. Like, after ASAP Rocky, there's a large skill gap to the rest. And the sad thing about that there is ASAP Rocky isn't even giving us his best right here. Secondly, they're actively seeking out lesser skilled individuals to go ahead and hop up on here. Like, as these individuals that I already named, from Lil Yachty to Playboy Carti, these guys are more hype than anything. It's more people rocking with them for what they do, not so much for the musical talent, for the actual skill set that they have. But when you get down to the basics, you realize the ultimate flaws here, man. Like, you see that there's very little lyricism throughout all of these songs. The flow and delivery is actually alright, but yet there's so many people on so many of these songs that all of them are ruined off top. The killer is really how they're selecting subpar production, man. It just comes off as a pretty terrible track. But before we jump into the few songs that actually interest me on it, realize that I did already do a review for one song in particular that feels so good. So if you want to gather a better understanding on how I feel about this project, man, you should definitely go ahead and watch that joint. But yet, let's go ahead and jump into these two songs that was somewhat interesting, but I still wouldn't say that they were phenomenal songs, like that Frat Rules, where this is one of the better produced songs right here, as the ultimate concept is, okay, if you were to go to college and all that, you'll realize that these fraternity houses that these people have, they try to create their own rules and such to it, and the way they did is kind of spinning off on it is like, if you're going to step in and be in my presence as a woman, then you're automatically going to be having sex. And you know, these are things that are true within that whole system, because when you in a fraternity on a college campus and all that, you got some notoriety, and a lot of women will fall for that, and they'll do anything to be known or whatever like that, to be associated with you. As much like in real life, for when you are super successful and all that, women will come up on you and they know what the deal is because you're super successful. And what really made this work is how Big Sean and ASAP Rocky is going back and forth, and some balls were being spit there, like trying to beat it like she needs some production and such, and that was pretty cool because it referring to production as in beats and beat it up as in having sex with her. And also saying that, okay, I'm living the single lifestyle like Khadijah, in which, for those of you who don't remember Living Single, the TV show, I believe that was Queen Latifah's character, that was Khadijah, and that's pretty much what that reference is to, which these are cool balls, but not anything phenomenal. It's just that production was good enough. The next song that's interesting enough to get multiple listens and such, man, get some substance out of it, would be that Wrath, which is surprisingly, because that's the song that got Lil Uzi Vert, that Quavo, got Playboy Carti, got Frank Ocean, all of these people in there that really aren't known for great lyricism and all that, but really what makes it work is that quality production there and that they're flowing. Not many balls to be had here outside of one line in particular where they said, I'm gonna squeeze the pump like you need that asthma, which that's kind of cool because, you know, you got the asthma inhaler where you got to squeeze that joint, but the way he put it was ultimately like you're squeezing a pump action shotgun. That was kind of cool, but that was really literally it on that entire song. But that leads me to some disappointments like that. What happens, because this is one of those tracks where they actually went out and got somebody of quality and such, as they got Joey Badass, who's lyrically proficient, went out and got Nick Caution, went out and got Kirk Knight, in which those two came out with an EP not that long ago, and a lot of you guys told me to go out there and peep it out, which I did peep it out. I just never got a chance to review it, and these dudes are rather solid. Like, you would think with this kind of skill level with ASAP Rocky up on it that it would be a rather dope song, but not so much. That production was absolutely garbage. The second part of the whole concept of the spitting a whole bunch of scenarios, all starting them the same way, like that could have been decent, but yet none of them really pulled it off. Only a few moments that was in there, like how he said that she just want to play and I'm the one who got the tokens. That was kind of cool, because saying, okay, all she wants to do is have sex and I'm the one who's going to go ahead and hook her up for that. Like, that was kind of cool, but yet not phenomenal. And the last song I want to talk about is that Walk on Water joint, man, because this song really wasn't very good at all right here. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because of the content. And this is the same kind of content that you kind of experience throughout this entire project and on a lot of everybody else's stuff, where they're so focused on having sex with another man's woman, you dig? And this is something that I really just can't stand for, whether you doing it for real in real life or you constantly making balls around it, because what's the purpose here? It honestly comes off as rather weird that you're so focused more on this chick's man and you going ahead and smashing her because she has a man, instead of you smashing some chick because you wanted to smash the chick, you dig? Like, that ultimately comes off as very weird, but yet you see that as a consistent theme with all guys and such out here, man, which is super weird. And that's why I really just do not stand behind things like that, and I wish people had more things to talk about, especially on this project, because this same thing is being said all throughout this album. Overall, just not a very well done project here, man. There's really nothing about it that's really that strong. That's why I'm giving this joint a 2 out of 10. But a quick recap here, man. The positives that I'm taking from this, next to nothing. Like, you do have some moments here and there, but yet the negatives is pretty much everything, you dig? But hopefully I'll get back to regular scheduled program and such, man. It's just right now things is too hectic for where I'm at right now.